Hey, Gina. Hi, Kathleen. So, your first flight was to Hawaii. Were you scared? My first flight was to Frankfurt, Germany. Flew out of Dallas Fort Worth Airport on that big old long flight. It was quite something. Hi, Sally. Hey, Paula. Whoop, whoop. The tribe's here. Where's Debbie Sue? Everyone's saying hi to each other. Hi, there's Debbie Sue. Hi, Debbie Sue. Watched your video today. Yes, I did. You got all them sweaters. Did you get any of that mending, that hemming? You were hemming those sweaters. Oh, that was a novelty idea. Yes. So, Paula flew to Florida her first time. So, any of y'all just petrified of flying? I'm going to fly tomorrow. I was scared to death. We took that flight to Frankfurt, Germany. It was a long flight, and I had two kids with me and my husband who wasn't very happy. Oh, Kathleen said her first flight was to Minnesota. Oh, she got them cut and ready to hem, Debbie Sue. You'll probably wait and hem them this weekend. Well, that sounds good. It's going to get fall weather soon. You'll be wearing those sweaters. It was cooler here today, so I was happy about that. I think it was like 82. So anyway, it's so I had trouble flying for a while. We flew to Frankfurt, Germany. We had a 24-hour, well, might have been a little longer than that. Then we got on a small Pan Am bus and flew to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It was a long way. And then when we flew back, we flew out of there on DC-5. And I don't know if you know what that is, but it's the largest airplane the Air Force has. And that's where they drive the tanks up in the bottom. And we were up in the top. And there's 74 seats up there, I think. And the seats are backwards. And my youngest son, he was 8 years old, and he said, "Man, the pilot sure must be good. He can fly this plane backwards." And of course, I thought that was hilarious. Can you not hear me? Apparently you can, because Debbie Sue answered me. So, all right, what are y'all talking about? All right, y'all hear me? Hi, Evie. Sally's here. Evie's here. Y'all are all here. How exciting! Well, since I was flying out in the morning at 6 o'clock, and since those days I have flown a lot because I've done what I'm doing this weekend a lot, and I've gotten to where one of my best friends moved to Florida, and I've flown down there several times. So I have flown a lot now, um, and so I got to where it doesn't bother me. Matter of fact, I kind of like it. Um, anyway, so everybody's saying hi to everybody. So was that your doorbell, Miss Gina? Hmm. Did you get you a sandwich made? We were on Evie's live earlier, and we were having a crown war. I don't know if any of y'all know. Most of y'all in here already know what a crown war is. So Sally's in first place. Woohoo, Sally, with her 600 subs. How exciting. Don't start. Why not, Mrs. G? Let's get started. Let's have a crown war. Come on. It's fun. Oh, Kathleen lost her number one space to Miss Sally. So, yeah, that was kind of fun. I've seen that go on in other lives, and I thought when I saw it was number one, I thought, "Woo, I'm going to go for it." So, the rest, the last part of Evie's live was about who could keep the crown. So, oh, Mrs. G at first place. Now Sally's taking it over. So they're going to fight over the crown. I guess that's going to be a thing. So, any of y'all afraid of flying? Maybe there's somebody who's never flown. Oh, the Crown War started on your channel, Miss G, Miss Heartily Happy. Well, and that was between, wasn't it, Red and Sally that day? And I just remembered it. I thought it was kind of funny, so I just took up the torch tonight. Because, like I said, I've been a little bit hyper. I'm a little hyper. I'm excited about going on this trip. And Evie said she's not afraid to fly, but she'd just rather not. Paula says she enjoys flying, but have never had turbulence. Oh. Mrs. G first flight was to Hawaii. That's pretty cool. Someplace I've always kind of wanted to go is Hawaii. So I hear it's really beautiful there. You're going to do an extra live, Sally? Yeah. It was 12 hours. Yeah, that first flight to Germany was about 12 hours. We got on that little bus and went about 8 more hours. But that was the next day. Oh, turbulence. I've been in one really bad airplane ride. Flew from Denver to Gunnison, Colorado. And we landed on that little bitty plane in a wind shear, and I was hanging onto my seat. So the takeoff was weird feeling. Sally said she flew when she was 5 years old to go to my grandma's funeral from Michigan to Pittsburgh. Wow, at 5. So, yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. As Sally said, they're hugs. I like that. Oh, so yes, flying can be nerve-wracking. I don't like going through the checkpoints. As I was sharing, I think in my first live, I talked about had PTSD from that, from when we left Saudi, and they thought I was smuggling a gold bar. We can go together? Sure. Let's go to Hawaii. Let's plan it. Evie said the only time she was afraid was when your son was 4 months old and you were by yourself. Yeah. There's Carol's Life Uncovered. Welcome. Hi, everybody. I just have to watch Golden Bachelor, but I wanted to pop in and say hi. Yeah, my friend Carol, who does Whole Food Matters, she said, I'm not going to be in your live. I got to watch Golden Bachelor. So, yeah, priorities. I'm missing it, but I can watch the replay because I have YouTube TV, so I can watch that sometime this weekend. Yep. Anyway, is it going to be on Wednesday night every night during my live? I may have to change my time. Watching Survivor on your iPad and have me on your phone. That's a good plan, Paula. I like that. So, happily hearty, I can't even say that. Heartily happy says, be sure to hit the like button, everyone. Carol, not Cato. So, Cato, Carol. Yeah, she already texted me. She texted me and told me. And I was like, okay, I'm not. Hey. So that's probably what I'd be doing if I wasn't on here. So Sally D said, Rhonda, I heard it's expensive, so maybe we should save for about a year. Yeah. Well, we'd have to save. And then my husband wouldn't let me go without him, so you'd have to bring Daryl. Oh, you record your shows, Debbie Sue? That's a good idea. It says it's Sally says, Rhonda, I have my priorities straight. My darling, here I am with you. Thank you very much, Sally. I'm so glad of that. So I put in my title, are you afraid of flying? And then she said, yes, because I have some news. My older son, he's 48. He's never been married. He proposed to his girlfriend last week. And so she said yes. So her mom was here to keep the dogs. They went on a cruise, and so they wanted me to meet her mom. So last night we met halfway, and we ate supper, this little diner in a place called Jacksboro, Texas. And so I drove there and met her mom, and we had a great visit. It was exciting to hear about their cruise and all of that sort of stuff. So um, Mrs. G said, we are all hanging together with you, Rhonda. Well, that's great. I'm so glad y'all are here. I'm so appreciative. So it's the core tribe, Miss Paula. You are right. Oh, Kentucky Life with Debbie's here. Hi. Hi, Debbie. How's your husband? I saw your video earlier today. Was glad to hear that he was doing a little better. Gradual recovery. Um, yes, Simply Debbie Sue. She said, Kentucky Life with Debbie said, just watch Simply Debbie Sue. And then here you are live. Hello from Kentucky. Oh, Harley Happy. Ah, that's nice. You're getting a daughter in law. I know, another one. He said he would never get married. His dad and I had a very messy divorce, and he just said, mm-mm. He said, he found out what causes divorce, marriage. So, anyway, Simply Debbie Sue saying hi at Kentucky Life with Debbie. Thanks for watching. I will be catching up on yours later tonight and tomorrow. And Kentucky Life with Debbie, she's reading The Secret Garden. I've never read that one either, Debbie, and I'm really enjoying it. It's gotten good. So, anyway, she said, Debbie from Kentucky said, thanks. He just got approved for rehab at your local hospital, so appreciate continued prayers. I've been keeping you and him in my prayers, prayers for healing, and that will make it easier for you when they put him in the rehab hospital. It won't be as far. Sally D. I need everyone to hit the like button for Miss Rhonda. And Paula said, hi, Kentucky Life. So if y'all have not watched Debbie, she makes me laugh almost every single video. I have watched every single one of her videos from the start. She had commented on my channel when she first started YouTube and asked me a question. So I told her I couldn't answer her question and gave her a little direction and went over and watched her channel. And I don't know, she only had a couple of videos on there, and I've watched her ever since. So Debbie Sue said, so glad we've all been praying for him, and you too, Debbie. So yes, and she just makes me laugh. She talks about rat killing, and I laugh every time because I say that, and I don't know, I just always said that. And so Miss Debbie Sue, in her video, she talked about going to Walmart 2 times today. Was that today or this week? And, them wackadoodles, man, they'll get you, them wackadoodles, Miss Debbie Sue. Oh, am I growing? You're at 727 subs. That's awesome. You have a lot to share. Yeah, I have been. I don't know. it was real slow, and I got to about 500, and then it just kind of really started taking off. And they started watching that one video I did on "Don't Let the Old Woman In," and that thing kind of, I mean, for me, I have over 4,000 views on it, and that's a viral for me. And so when you do something like that, and I have another one that's over 3,000 views, that's loneliness. So those two videos, they're still really, once that starts, then YouTube starts pushing them, and then they watch my other videos because I've my watch time hours are like going up. I'm almost to 1,500 watch time hours. And of course, these lives help. Um, let's see, I'm getting behind. Um, Kathleen's Place says, I'm new here, Rhonda. I thought that I was subbed to you already. I'm not sure, Kathleen. I'm subbed to your channel. Um, I don't know where I ran across you or who was talking about you, but I went over there and watched your videos and subbed to your channel. And Julie's here. Hi, Julie. Says, what exciting news about those big numbers. So wonderful. Thanks, Julie. And then Miss Paula said, Kathleen, so glad you're here. Hi, Julie. Hi, Julie. Julie said hi to Debbie Sue and Paula. Heartily happy. Mrs. G said, I think 500 is the crawler number. I stayed at 500 for a long time. I definitely have to watch. Don't let the old lady in. Kathleen's Place said hi to Julie. Sally D. I love Rhonda's channel. I have learned so very much from her. If you haven't watched her videos, if anyone here has not watched her videos, just pick one and you'll find that you learn something. Is that something every time? Okay. They're saying hi to each other. Oh, valuable. Thank you, Sally. Yes, it is an awesome group here tonight. Whoop, whoop. It's great. It's a great group. I'm excited that y'all chose me instead of the Golden Bachelor. It is good to see everyone, Julie, and it's good you're here. Hi, Sally D. Rhonda does great videos. That's the truth. Thank you. Don't let the old lady in sounds scary. It's not scary, Mrs. G. It's about not thinking old. I mean, you don't have to think old, even if you are old. And I think it makes a big difference, your mindset, and then you carry yourself different. And you just, I don't know, live life out loud is what I like to call it. Okay, Julie said I'm watching Golden Bachelor on Hulu tomorrow. My California friends and I have a group chat for it. I bet that's good. That's funny. So my other daughter-in-law, my younger son, they've been married 10 years. Her and I text back and forth during it, but we haven't even talked about it. I didn't even know. I knew it was happening, but I didn't know it was starting tonight. Okay, Sally D said you ran out of space to write. They only give you so many characters. I didn't know that. I didn't know they limited. What the heck is the Golden Bachelor? Sally D. Last year he was 70 something and he was the bachelor and they called it Golden Bachelor. And all the women, I think the youngest one was somewhere in her late 60s and all the way up to a little bit, a few years older than him. It was just great, vivacious, youthful looking group of women. I loved it. It kind of put it out there that those of us that are a woman of a certain age plus 20, I'm 71. I'll soon be 72. And, I'm just, that was, you get it. That title was a scroll stopper for sure. Oh, Kathleen said, Julie Jordan Scott, Creative Life Midwife, I am your new friend. Kathleen said, "Wow, Rhonda, wow, you're 71, Rhonda." Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm 71. So, and man, I'm proud of it. I've earned every year, uh, fought tooth and nail to, to to stay young at heart. So, thank you, Kathleen. Well, and I have some more news. I am going to close on the sale of my salon on Monday. Supposed to. And I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. She was up at the office working, they were working on a lease for her today. So sounds pretty like it's going to happen. And she wants to take it over October 1st. That's Wednesday. So possibly Tuesday will be my last day in my salon doing hair. I've owned my salon 47 years. So, oh, and my skincare, I keep it pretty simple, but I have always done something. My granny, she was the hairdresser, taught me you take care of your skin. And so I always have, and I use Mary Kay for years and different, of course, I've used salon products and I've used highfalutin Lancome. And now I kind of got started on Thrive Cosmetics and I really like their stuff. So, oh, you wanted to know what Evie put on her neck because there were no wrinkles? Yes, Debbie Sue, it will be bittersweet for me. I thank you, Mrs. G. Oh, so Thrive Cosmetics. Yes, they're natural. They donate back to help women trying to get on their feet. But I started with their mascara and I loved it. And then I got their little eye pencils, but it's just, man, it's really easy. And I pretty much do the same stuff. And so Sally D, oh, so everything worked out with that. I know you were stressing about it. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of flaky in the middle. It's the back and forth offers and, you know, just what she didn't want in there. And I was like, man, you get all of it. You buy my salon, you get all of it. And then if you want to sell the equipment or do something with it because you have your own, then that's going to be your problem, not mine. And so it's the whole thing. I mean, so she said yes too. So that's my exciting news. It will definitely be bittersweet, and I've had a lot of that. 3 years ago, we bought the house I'm living in now, and I sold the little house that I bought after my divorce, and I lived there 26 years in that house. And then last year, I've owned commercial property that my salon is in, and last year I sold that, and I kind of have a really cool manifestation story about selling my commercial property. So, but a particular age plus 20. Mrs. G, do I need to go get my driver's license? So, anyway, it's, it just seems like, you can pray about, I've been praying for 2 years about what to do since I retired, what to do with my salon. I've been responsible for that. And I've had, people have raised me about having multiple jobs, because I worked in a treatment center and I had the commercial property and I had the salon, and all of that's a big responsibility to keep up and when I retired, I didn't want the responsibility anymore. And it's I sold the property, but there's things that seems to me it's hard for me to let go of stuff. So I pray about it, and then there's a catalyst that spurs me to get ready. And on my commercial property, my insurance went up in 1 year, $5,000. It increased, and it was like, I'm not paying. And that's when I started trying to sell it. So you need the receipts. Okay. Next week, Mrs. G, I will have my driver's license and you can see or you want to see my birth certificate because I am that old. Well, Jeannie, your skin is beautiful. It's just, and you just glow, and it's like, man, she got the glow up, Miss Gina. Oh. Sally D said, Evie, Peter's on here. Hey, Peter. Every time I join a live, there are women everywhere. This tells me that the men are smart enough to stay quiet and learn everything they can just watching. That's right, Peter. Men are to be seen and not heard. Oh, no, you're very welcome here, Peter. So it's about dim lights, baby. Oh, it's your lights, your lighting? Oh. Peter's in the house. Yes. What have you been up to? Isn't it evening where you're at, Mr. Peter? You got the strawberry tequila out tonight? Oh, Peter says, I sadly do not have that God-given gift of being seen and not heard. LOL. Oh, Carol. There's Carol. She's on her other channel. She has 2 channels. Her other channel is Carol's Life Uncovered. You know what? Rhonda is even more beautiful in person. I was reading comments about her skin. Her eyes are stunning, mysterious green. They're kind of hazily. It's 1:22 a.m. You've been working on a digital product? Good for you, Peter. So, Kathleen said, hi, Carol. Carol's so sweet. We met in person. Don't want to know. Paula says, we probably don't want to know what Peter's been up to. You're probably right, Paula. So, Evie said, I've seen Rhonda in person. She is beautiful. Thank you, Evie. So are you. So, Carol says, hello, everyone. And she said, yep, it is. Simply Debbie Sue. Hi at Carol's Life Uncovered. So she's been, I think she's back in her sewing room making aprons. So we're going to get off on aprons again tonight. Peter said, a beginner's guide to building a PC from scratch. It is cheaper than buying a new one and helps you learn what does what. I changed a control board in a computer one time. Mine was out and they sent me one, and the IT person was on the phone walking me through. And I was saying, well, you're going to have to do thingamajig and dilly-wacky and whatchamacallit instead of whatever it is you're saying, because I don't understand IT jargon. He's the tech dude. Kathleen says, I think I lost my crown. You're still number 3, Kathleen. So Julie said she never had a crown. You have to come early, Julie, and you have to comment a lot. So you still have number 3, Kathleen. Woohoo, she said. So you're number 3. Peter got number 1. He only been here a minute. He's still number 1. Peter said, I built my PC for around $600 using secondhand parts for everything, and it still runs perfectly today. You built it 5 years ago. That's awesome, Peter. Anyone that can mess with a computer and do that, that's awesome because it's Greek to me. I was surprised that I worked on that computer and put that new control board in there. I was surprised it worked, but it did. We queued it up. Oh, where's it at? Oh, Rhonda is gorgeous, but she's a vicious crown thief. Yes, I am. I was out after the number one crown earlier. That number one just means I'm the only one guy here. That's right, Peter. You're the only guy here. Oh, oh. It might be Kathleen. I'm not sure. She said, I think some points are from previous times people are on a live. And if I'm not mistaken, Paula said, Mrs. G, you are so right. I'm a crown stealer. I've got me a new title. I've been called a lot of things, but never a crown stealer. I didn't steal it, I earned it. I worked hard for that number one crown on that live. So, because, I have to sit here and typing the whole time. So, oh, there's that word. Carol, she used it right. It's Julie said, Mrs. G tells it like she sees it, eh? We'll go back to that. LOL. Yes, you earned it, Peter said. Peter Urbanowski says, I always said when I grow up, I'm going to be surrounded by beautiful women. At that time, I didn't realize the beautiful women would also be smarter than Einstein. LOL. Oh, is that the little monster smile, Mrs. G? Tappity, tappity, tappity. Julie says, tappity, tappity, tappity. Julie, they taught me when I went to Canada to visit Carol. The first night I was there, neighbors came over and they were all teaching me how to use that correctly. That A, we're having fun here tonight, eh? By the time I left, I was doing pretty good at it. So, yes, it was. It was a fun time. My trip to Canada was awesome. It was awesome, and I was pretty real nervous flying to Canada because I hadn't flown out of the United States since I flew to Germany and Saudi Arabia. So, um, yep. Okay, Peter said, "Oh, I love that being in Canada. Oh, let's watch some horror movies, eh?" Yes, watch some horror movies, eh? All right. Mrs. G said, "Oh, thanks, Peter. We take that as a compliment. That's being surrounded by beautiful women as smart as Einstein." Peter said, "One thing about Canada, the beers are the same size as cans of soda. What is that all about?" I don't know. You have to ask Carol. Then they wanted me to try ketchup chips and what else? I can't remember. She had all this stuff. But Peter said, but Molstein, Moston is a really good beer. Are you back on alcohol again, Peter? We might have a session. You're talking about beer now. You're talking about strawberry tequila in Paula's live. So I kind of like them margarita sangria swirls, but I'm a real cheap drunk. Ketchup chips, Gina, and they're potato chips like we have barbecue flavored and sour cream and cheddar, and they have ketchup flavored chips. It was really different. And they taste like ketchup. Evie said, everyone have a great evening. Hubby's been home for over an hour. I should probably go greet him. Yes, Evie. Evie, you go say hi to your husband. Yeah. Mine does Bible study. So this is a perfect time for me. Him and his dad comes over and him and his dad do this Bible study. And so Wednesday nights, I'm like, I might as well be doing this instead of in here, consuming. I might as well be creating, right? Peter says, I went to the Safeway in Canada, asked my friend, where's the beer? And he said, oh, that's in the liquor store. They don't sell alcohol in the supermarkets. You have to go to a liquor store. He fainted. I didn't realize that. But of course, like I said, I don't drink a whole lot. I did some there. If you want to see all about my trip to Canada, it's in my playlist. Or you can go to Carol's channel, Whole Food Matters, and she has hers, same thing in a playlist. Evie said, I don't like ketchup either or barbecue sauce, Gina. Oh, did Gina say so? Oh, she don't like ketchup, period. I'm not a real fan of ketchup, but I mean, and but those chips, they were different, but they said I had to eat them because everybody has to try ketchup chips when they go to Canada. Um, Hardly Happy said, I do like barbecue sauce, but not ketchup or Mrs. Paula mayo. What about Miracle Whip? Is it mayo? Do you like mayo or Miracle Whip? Which one is it? Mrs. Paula said, You you anti-ketchup folk are just odd. Then Peter said, I actually don't drink often, maybe 5 times a year. I am not a big drinker, only for special occasions like big soccer games on the TV or WrestleMania. You watch WrestleMania? Duke's Mayo rules, Paula says. Simply Debbie Sue said, I love ketchup, but not mayo at all. And then Heartily Happy, Mrs. G said, neither. I like barbecue sauce, but it has so much sugar in it, and I'm off the sugar because I have trouble with inflammation, and so I don't eat a lot of carbs and I don't eat sugar, and it, it makes a big difference. Miss Gina says, "LOL, Miss Paula, careful now, tread carefully." Peter said, I have watched wrestling since 1992. I am an encyclopedia of wrestling knowledge. LOL. We have a professional wrestlers museum here in Wichita Falls, or we did. I haven't heard anything about it in a while. It was kind of funny. Um, Carol's Life Uncovered. Mrs. Paula. Ew, ketchup is gross. I was telling about ketchup chips that you fed me when I was in Canada. So, Peter, did you say Sioux Falls? No, Wichita Falls, Texas. Wichita Falls, Texas. Is that the secret to my youth? Oh, living in Wichita Falls? Well, that water is it the dirt around here is mud red, and so the waterfalls and the river that runs by it that feeds the thing is dirt red. Peter said, my bad. I only know Sioux Falls because the plane cartwheeled down the runway. Terrible tragedy. Yes. Mrs. G said, no sugar. No sugar. No, no, nothing that doesn't have sugar. Now Carol's got a bunch of little horns with confetti coming out of them, a whole row of them. That's how you earn a crown. That's what I learned. You you keep commenting and you put emojis in the comments and it moves you up. Kathleen said, I don't like ketchup chips. Where do you live, Kathleen? I forgot. Carol's laughing. Peter, Canada has a Safeway. Get out. Peter said, Carol, yes, but it's not a proper Safeway. No alcohol. They literally take the safe in Safeway seriously. Oh, Kathleen said, ketchup on hamburgers and hot dogs is fine. Mrs. Paula said, no, sugar does make you more youthful. Maybe that's it. No, but I did eat sugar. I mean, and if I want like something that has sugar in it, like every once in a while, like ice cream is my downfall. I'll eat it. I mean, I will, but I know I'll pay for it. Just like, if I have me Carol calls them tasties. Peter, Carol from Canada calls an alcoholic drink a tasty. So I will have a tasty, but I know I'm going to pay for it. So, oh, you live in Canada too, Kathleen? Saskatoon. Never heard of that, but Mrs. G said no ketchup eating round these parts. And you're from Georgia? Honey child, and you don't like ketchup. Peter says, Rhonda, how on earth are you going to be alert in the morning to catch your flight? I will be, because I get off here and I will let my dogs out and I'll take my night meds and I'll go to bed. And everything's ready to go. I am ready to go. And all I got to do is stick a couple of things in there in the morning, like my makeup and my little hairbrush thing, and close my suitcase and tool on out the door. And, and they say 3 o'clock is the bewitching hour that you wake up when stuff's going on. And that's the way I am. I haven't done that a whole lot in the last few years, but still every once in a while. Last week, I was awake at 3 o'clock several mornings because of this, working this deal out, trying to sell my salon. And so tomorrow, 3 o'clock, I'll get up and I'll go. And then I did a workshop in St. Louis in January, and I met all these really nice women, and they wanted me to come a day early so they could take me to go do stuff and take me out to eat. And then on Friday, there's nothing that morning till about 3 in the afternoon. So I can sleep late and I can just chill out. I may make a video while I'm there. I didn't make a video this week. I did not get a video out. And I don't know how many months I have consistently, every 5 days, I've put a video out. This is the first week. And I thought, well, I'll do my live and then I can put one out, maybe get it ready and next Monday. All right, here we go. I got to catch up. Okay, Miss Paula said, Mrs. G, there's no ketchup emoji. Dang it, I need a ketchup emoji. Mrs. G said, Rhonda, how on earth are you going to be alert in the morning to catch your flight? I already addressed that. Peter, Canada will always be for me the most magical place on the planet. So many stunning states, scenery, sports teams, food. It is all amazing. I agree, Peter. It was so pretty. The landscaping and the flowers and then we went to Niagara Falls. And I was like a little kid. Carol's dragging me because we're going to be late to catch the boat. And I got to take a picture. It's the first time I've seen it. She was dragging me. So, okay. Kathleen said, almost all our grocery stores have a separate section for alcohol. Peter said, okay, I missed the flying part. Where are you flying to? I am flying tomorrow morning. I have a flight at 6 a.m. I'm flying to St. Louis. I'm speaking at a conference. I speak Saturday at noon. I'm the luncheon special speaker. I don't know. Ah, so Kathleen's asking Carol what part of Canada she's from. Peter said, I found a problem with Mandarin oranges. I bought two of them and not a single word of Mandarin out of either of them. You were very disheartened. They don't speak Mandarin? Huh. I'm really, you should get your money back. Yeah, really. Simply Debbie Sue said Peter, LOL. And Hardly Happy Mrs. G has a couple of hearts. Mrs. G also said, Rhonda, you're pretty bubbly tonight. Yes, I was hyper earlier. I kind of calmed down a little bit, but I'm like excited. I'm going somewhere and it will be fun and I'll meet a bunch of new people and see some new things. They said they were going to take me sightseeing in January when I did the workshop in St. Louis. It was a 2-day workshop. I went up there, and so they wanted me to come back and speak at this conference. So I said yes, but they took me downtown. I got to see the arch and a park. And so this group's going to take me across the river to see stuff. All right. Mrs. G said, I hadn't seen this side of you before. Those crowns have you crunk. You're right. You probably haven't. But, a lot of people see me, my videos are, I call them talking head. And I guess because I'm a counselor and I work in an office and I work with people, and this is my office, that my real personality doesn't come out. I've had the nickname Bubbly before, Bubbles, and that sort of thing. And yeah, okay, Miss Debbie Sue, this is the way I describe myself. I'm a ringtail tutor. So there you have it. Peter said they didn't have passports or visas, nothing. Mrs. G said, I'm so excited for you. Seriously, I know it's going to be great. Carol said, yep, making stuff for Paula. Debbie Sue, wow, love that, Rhonda. And then Debbie, LOL, Bubbles. Yeah. And then I have my forever friend. We call ourselves forever friends. She calls me Blondo because I used to highlight my hair. I'd color the gray hair and then I would highlight it. And so when I got these divine highlights, I quit doing all that. Oh, and Carol says, Carol's Life Uncovered. And Rhonda, I hope you have a great weekend. Congrats to you for your new future daughter-in-law. I know, it's awesome. I'm so excited. I just love her so much already. So I'm really excited. And I'm excited. I'm really excited for my son because he just was adamant about he wasn't ever going to get married. And he didn't have a girlfriend for, I don't know, forever. So, okay. Okay. Peter said, I finally realized who you remind me of, Rhonda. Jane Fonda and On Golden Pond. Stunning beauty and what an amazing Movie? What's that mean, Peter? Movue. I have to look it up. Might be kind of ready to get my phone and look it up right now. Divine highlights. Carol said, "Oh, Peter, OMG, yes." Hardly had divine highlights. She reminds me of Jane Fonda's sassy. That's what they were telling me earlier. Paula said, Rhonda's sassy tonight. I am kind of sassy. And that's my personality. But I'm kind of bubbly and happy and real outgoing. And like I said, I fish and I camp and man, I like outdoors and all of that sort of stuff. So, you know, the office that I work in now, I work 2 days in a counseling office. And man, if I've got 5 minutes, I am outside. I go out the back door and walk back and forth because my office doesn't have a window in it. It's a little shotgun office. And I just, man, whew, that's why I don't do that full time. I'd go nuts. Um, all right, let's see. Okay, Carol says she's in and out on commercials. Peter said movie. Carol's life uncovered. Hardly happy. Yep. Hardly happy movie. Okay. I think Hardly Happy said yes, Jane Fonda sassy. Or right, Carol, Jane Fonda sassy self. I'll have to watch that. I haven't seen that in a long time. We love sassy in the South. Isn't that right, Miss Paula? Ringtail Tooter. That's me. Oh, that's why these lives are good for me. My husband kept telling me, he doesn't watch a whole lot of my stuff, but he says, I can't watch it. It's not like it's you. You just kind of, I said, okay. But that is a part of me too, you know. But I'm not so as prim and proper. Let's see, what was it Evie said? Evie said I was, I wrote it down, refined and mature. And I just laughed out loud. It was like, oh my gosh. Ringtail Tutor, LOL. I said Debbie Sue. I figured you would know that one. Peter said, I used to work in an office. There was sadly no desk. There was, however, a really comfy bed, beautiful foam walls, and you had a cool uniform that tied in the back. It was really cool and therapeutic. So you had one of those jackets that ties in the back. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Did you also have a Nurse Ratched? Okay, Kathleen's place. Me too, Rhonda, but we haven't gone camping for 2 years. Oh, that's sad. We went camping in July. We bought an RV 2 years ago because it just was too much work to do the tent anymore. And so I really like it now, glamping. Okay. Paula said, Peter, oh my gosh. Peter said, they called it a uniform. Miss Gina, refined and mature. That's what I thought about you at first, but not anymore. I know the first video I watched of yours was the one about not giving them money. You had that sass and you was, girl, you don't do this, and girl, and I was like, woo, I like this one. Oh, I know. I do come across like that when first uh, meet me. A lot of people, I intimidate a lot of people. And man, it used to upset me because they would tell me, oh, after I got to know you, but you intimidated me at first. And so I thought, well, what do I need to do different to not intimidate people? And I finally realized that I didn't intimidate people, they were intimidated. And that's a difference because once they got to know me, they didn't think I was like that anymore. They knew I wasn't like that anymore. So, um, Nurse Ann Wilkes, was she nicer than Nurse Ratched, Peter? Sally D said, you do come across like that when we first meet. Kathleen's place said, okay, Peter. Mrs. Paula does retirement. Peter, how do you come up with these things? He's a jokester. Peter said she thought I had swollen ankles because she tried to fix them with a hammer. This must have been before the ice compressions. Miss Gina said, LOL, yes, honey, Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. Yes, your favorite, yo, girl. Simply Debbie Sue said, Paula, he comes up with those things in that office on that comfy foam bed wearing that uniform that ties in the back. That's what he does. Yeah, being up at what 2 a.m. in the morning. So thank you, Mrs. G. Hardly Happy said, I'm so glad that I got to know you. Thank you, Mrs. G. I'm glad I got to know you too. I tell you, this is the added bonus of YouTube. I can't even tell you um, that the people, the communities we build, and the connections, and the friends that I'm making, and that it's just it's phenomenal. And when uh, people kind of go through things and they're not on here as much, I miss them. I miss Miss Tracy a lot. And she's, she did a video this week and it was like, and I had to watch it. So, Miss Paula says, Debbie Sue, I think you're right. That's what he does. He sits, you know, in charm school. They have that room's at charm school, Peter. You go to charm school and they put you in the padded room and they give you a jacket that ties in the back. Okay, Peter said, speaking of comfy bed, I have a business meeting with my pillow, so I'm going to lick the windows and find my inner peace. You amazing ladies have fun and remember this right here is family. You bet, Peter. It's family. The family that I choose today. And it's just awesome. I can't even tell you the awesomeness that, you know, from getting to know you people and the fun. And it's like Sally D this morning in her sunrise, she was reading a page out of a devotional book and it was talking about, laughter and laughing at things. And that's, man, um, I've had several really good laughs tonight. That's great. So, so good night, Peter. Thank you for joining all of us beautiful Einsteiny ladies. Oh, Carol's back. Hi again. It must be commercial. Is it good, Carol? uh, and Heartily Happy said exactly. It's so phenomenal on these lives. Family. Kathleen's Place said, "Is it okay if I let you know that Gina and I are doing a live tomorrow night?" Yes, ma'am. Gina, is it on your channel? I mean, no, it's on Kathleen's. Kathleen's Place tomorrow night at, is it 8 o'clock Eastern? I I don't know what will be going on for me at that time, but if I'm back in my hotel room after uh, they take me to eat, then I'll be on there. So, uh, oh, she said, uh, Carol's Life Uncovered said, "Oh yeah, still gross." Oh, what do you mean it's gross? The Golden Bachelor's gross. Mrs. Paula does retirement. Kathleen, I'm looking forward to that. Mrs. Gina said, Kathleen, girl, I done already told them about it. Oh, and then Kathleen said, have a good night, Peter. Carol's Life Uncovered. Am I delayed with the comments or do you just have so many comments that it takes a while? I am not sure. 8:30 Eastern is live on Kathleen's Place, at Kathleen's Place channel with Heartily Happy. 8:30 Eastern. So it'll be 7:30 my time. Sally said, love you, Paula. We are sunshine girls. Carol's Life Uncovered. That celebration thing was for when you mentioned the sale of your salon. Yeah, maybe. Kathleen's Place, 6:30. Is that Mountain Standard Time? I'm Central. I'm over here on Central Time. And then where I'm going still on Central Time. So that will be about 7:30 for me. Carol's Life Uncovered. Moderation. So what does that mean? Do I need to tone down my sassy? I'm just sassy tonight. I'll be sassy if I want to. I'll probably be sassy all weekend because it just, I don't know, it lights me up to go and do what I'm doing. And moderation. Hmm. Okay, Carol, back to Golden Bachelor. Yep. I'll probably be watching it. I might watch that Friday morning, hanging out in my hotel room. So, oh, y'all like Sassy Rhonda. Well, she's going to show up in the lives. I don't know so much about my regular long form videos, but who knows? Who knows? These have made me a little more the lives. Uh, so, I don't know. I've gotten to where I'm more relaxed, and some of my personality and humor comes out in those. But I guess because a lot of my stuff is not necessarily serious, but it's personal development, and so you're central where you are, Kathleen. Gina said, "This is my first time hearing about Golden Bachelor. You have to check it out." Don't turn down my sassy. Oh, I won't, Miss Paula. She's always there. It's Edith Ann, and she comes out. My name's Edith Ann, and you know what? Sally D said, "Hey there, thank you, Gina. I didn't know what the Golden Bachelor was either." That's fine. I don't even. I think the only reason I knew about it was my daughter-in-law told me about it. Sassy rules. That's that ring-tailed tutor, bull in the china closet girl that that's the way I am. Yeah, I thought something was wrong with me because I was like that. And, I wasn't a mature Christian woman or whatever. My mother was very reserved, and she was a little bit stoic and emotionally unavailable. And I took after my dad's mother. She was rambunctious and loud. She was deaf. She was deaf, and she couldn't form words. I mean, she could make noise, and she did. She made noise. She was loud. She was like a bull in a china closet. And I have her hair, and I take after her. My mother had the crummiest hair ever. Mm. So Debbie said she watched the first Bachelor, and that was enough for you. Mrs. G said Edith Ann. Yeah, that's my altered ego or inner child. Or she acts up. She, it's one of those. You may be making me sit down on the outside, but I'm still standing up on the inside. Okay, y'all fighting over the crowns. Oh, Mrs. G got number one crown. How'd you do that? Wow. Paula's the number three. Kathleen took it back. She took it back. Oh no. Mrs. G said, "How did that just happen?" Kathleen's a fierce crown ninja. Woohoo, woohoo. Kathleen's got it. So Sally D said she dozed off for a few minutes. That's why she had number one. Oh no, the war is on with these girls. Goodness sakes. Mrs. G, you had it, and she stole it real quick. She's a quickie. Woohoo! Oh, she said, "Thanks, Sally." because Sally dozed off. Yeah, well, it's makes it all colorful on the comments with the all the emojis and the crowns and the people and crown thieving Kathleen. She sure enough is, isn't she? Well, I did my war earlier and I stayed number one the whole time. So, and I'm going to claim it every time for sure. Oh, now you don't even have one, Ms. G. Oh, Kathleen said, you're going to try that again. She's in number 2. Sally D's reality took it back. She's number 1. Mrs. Paula's in number 3. It's Sally D that knocked you out, Mrs. G, not Kathleen. It's all those emojis, Kathleen. A whole bunch of emojis and stuff. And then, it blows up the thing. So, no, she said. Mrs. G said, ha ha, Kathleen. Sally D is, I'm number 1. Oh, Kathleen's number 2. And Paula is number 3. So the crown wars are on. Kathleen, you're still confused. I don't know either. I don't know how that works. I don't know how a lot of what happens on YouTube works. I just know it's fun. And that is important to me, is to have fun. That's how you don't let the old woman in, Mrs. G. You just keep having fun. Right? Right. So, man, we've got 1 hour and 6 minutes here on this. This thing is rigged. Oh, I don't know if maybe it has something to do too if I don't know, watching their videos or being on their channel. I don't know. I don't really know. Um, yes, Mrs. G, you'll have to go watch Don't Let the Old Lady In. Watch to the last. I talk about funny stuff in the salon and all that. I do get a little tiny. You see a little of that sass come out the end of that. You sure can, Debbie Sue. I don't even know when I thought of that, but there's a movie that Clint Eastwood did called The Mule, and they interviewed him, and he was talking about him, and there's a song called "Don't Let the Old Man In" by Toby Keith, and they were playing golf, and he asked Clint. He said, "Clint, how do you do it at your age?" And he said, "I get up every morning and I don't let the old man in." And that's what he said in this interview. Well, I was doing something one day and I thought, I'm not letting the old woman in. And boop, I got the inspired idea to do that video. And I sat down and jotted stuff down about that. And man, I just made that video. And like I said, that's where it comes from. So write a poem about that. That would be great, Debbie Sue. I love your writings. It's just so heartfelt and the way you kind of spin the story. So, oh, they're still doing these crown wars, emojis, and Mrs. G's trying hard. She's trying really hard, but it's just not working. So, yeah, you can. I mean, I don't even care if you change it up a little bit. I think in that song, it talks about how old would you be if you didn't know the day you were born. I thought that is phenomenal. And then, they're fighting it up on here. We've got emojis of drinking water and little yellow chickadees doing a dance. And I don't know what those are. They kind of look like women with pink hair. Cat in a box. Happy faces. I don't know what that is either. Little M's. That'll be great, Debbie Sue. Do you have an email on your thing? We need to exchange info. I know that you and Sally text and talk, and I think at one time I had Paula's number and I can't find it anymore. I think she gave Sally permission to give it to me and I can't find it. And I didn't enter it in my phone. Okay. Yes, Miss Kathleen, I enjoyed it. And I hope I get to catch maybe some of yours and Mrs. G's live tomorrow evening. And sipping the tea. Kathleen, yes, Debbie Sue has the best poems. Her stories is like homespun stories, is the way I would call it. So they shot me out of my gourd. Isn't that right, Debbie Sue? And then what do you call them people at Walmart? I said it earlier. Oh, anyway, I guess it's time for me to get off of here because it's 8 o'clock my time, and I need to probably be in the bed by 9, trying to go to sleep so I can get up at 3 o'clock and taking a jet plane. Oh, Mrs. G, Paula was your first YouTube bestie. Kathleen said, I don't have a blue wrench, Gina. I'm only number 2. So, Debbie Sue, thanks. You need a blue wrench, Miss Kathleen? Let me give you one. They're free. No, wrong side. I forgot how to do this. No, I thought I clicked on their. I don't know how to do it. I don't remember how to do it. You gave me Paula's number, Sally, because we were talking that day and you checked with her and she said yes and you sent it and I didn't put it in my phone. So, all right. Thanks everybody for coming tonight. I really appreciate it. This has been fun, kind of a spinoff from Evie's live. And I love you all so much and love your support and your kind words. And I will, who knows, I might post a short. I don't do shorts. I am short, but I don't do shorts. So, good night, everybody. I'll let y'all all tell each other good night, and then I'm done. And so, just like I end most of my videos, remember to be you on purpose.